You know what we want. It's She Wants the D, and yes, we in the place to be. We better talk about that Cowboys dub. Wasn't pretty, but we got the win. Mike McCarthy with the W. First one at the stadium for you. Dak Prescott, the mother truth. That boy know to do what he do. But the defense sucks really bad. That's why we gotta talk about how bad they were. Because I'm feeling really sad about facing them Seahawks next week. I ain't gonna lie. So let's do some shout outs right now. Cause Seahawks is going down. And we're gonna talk about it. I see Emilio and Berlin and Luke, Anita and Adrian and Adair and Chesney Senior is here and Elizabeth and Anthony. I see Craig here and Sonia. See, I see Gabriel and Lefty. I'm liking how many people I see. Whoa! Y'all ladies ready for this?
Welcome to episode 36 of the She Wants the D podcast, brought to you by She3 Productions and Giraffe.com. Do you like making money on football and other sports? Do you want to make money today? Do you want to make money starting out for free? Log on to Giraffe.com using our promo code She3 at check-in and get a free ticket into a draft. Start making money today.
Yes.
Really quick, right off the top, if you guys follow us on Instagram, I gotta let you know I was locked out this morning. I cannot get back in. So I don't know if we were hacked or not. If you've received any messages from our Instagram account, please delete, do not check. It is possible we were hacked. I'm working on that, and we will let you guys know when we get it straightened out.
Hey.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Again, episode 36 of the She Wants the D podcast.
Yes.
We are here on a Victory Tuesday.
Barely.
It's one of those things, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to talk
We
all
need to talk about
it.
What's up, Joe from Italy? What's up, Daniel? Thank you guys for tuning in. Y'all know the deal. Like, share, follow. We about to get right into it.
We're getting into it. Here's our opening clip.
This is just a bonehead play by the Falcons special teams unit. I mean, the ball doesn't have age. Pick it up, for God's sake.
He said
Standing around and dancing around like chickens with their fucking heads cut off. Dallas gets the onside kick.
You picked the wrong house, fool!
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick-ass boy!
This is She Wants the D, an all-new, all-female Dallas Cowboys podcast.
I am a monkey face. Boom, bam, bop, bada bop, boom, pow.
And now your hosts, Jessica, JoJo, and Tracy.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah,
You're making me nervous with that truly so close to your computer.
I mean, I
She's
know.
a professional.
I get nervous too, but my hand is right here.
She's a professional.
So
I mean, no, I literally spilled a drop of water on my computer, and I had to. It has fluid sensors. It's weird. It knows when water hits it, and it shuts down into safe mode, and you cannot get it out of safe mode until you go take it to the store.
I mean, we're gonna let it ride.
Okay, be careful.
It's either I put it here or I put it there.
Yeah, whatever.
Right next to the mixer. So it's whatever.
Okay.
Either way, we're dealing with a lot of audio
Liquid.
equipment that we probably shouldn't have any of this stuff around. What is up, y'all? Like, I'm glad to be here. We wanted to do this last night, but we didn't want to interrupt the Stars game.
Go Stars.
Go Stars.
It ain't over.
It ain't over.
Yep.
Till it's over. Let's do this YouTube thing, man. I hate this. I hate
know.
it. It's gonna be like y'all are gonna have to listen to some ads really
Oh
quick.
yeah, they make you do the ad. They make you do the odds.
I know they didn't used to do that.
They
But
make you do the odds.
here we go. Hope everyone's
let's
doing
get into
well
these highlights. Thank you everybody for
Let's
tuning
get it.
in.
Stun is picked up. Ryan has time. Oh, it should have been intercepted. Darryl Worley absolutely should have picked it off, and
It was a whole
instead
bunch of
it's
shoulda,
an
coulda,
incompletion,
wouldas.
and here comes the punt team.
I mean,
Third and 7.
or they could have
Blitz
handed
coming
it to
again.
you,
Prescott in
whichever.
trouble. Down he
And
goes.
just like
Ball's
we
out.
expected,
It's
the
loose, and it's
pressure
picked
was
up
there
by
early
Atlanta.
on in the first half. It was
3 fumbles.
Was under constant duress, and the fumbles, man. The fumbles were really ridiculous.
I'm not going to lie. This game went exactly the way I thought it would go.
Yeah,
I knew
it did end the way I thought it would.
I knew that it would be high scoring because I knew that the Falcons defense ain't crap. Just like our defense ain't crap.
Yeah.
So I knew that it would be offensive from jump, and that's exactly what we saw.
Calvin Ridley just ate up our defense. Like they put him everywhere. They lined him up on everywhere. How about Schultz though?
Yeah, he turned out.
The guy I thought couldn't catch a freaking huge freaking beach ball consistently had 8, 9 catches for 83 yards, and the only TD pass that Dak Prescott threw. It was amazing.
There were a couple of players. CD Lamb had some good plays.
CD Lamb was
finally
the
in there.
leading receiver. There goes another fumble. I
mean, the fumbles were out of control.
They were one right after the other. It was Dak and then Zeke and then Zeke again.
He got the other one back.
Yep, that's our defense. How about that secondary?
Every time they ran play action pass, we were confused. We bit on the play action.
What is the deal, man?
I don't know. Mike Nolan already on watch. I tell you that much.
These are the same problems we had last year. I mean, it's
and I don't see any difference in the coaching.
Me neither.
And this was a good game, I feel, for our rookie CD because getting 106 yards. Getting your first 100-yard game as a rookie.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
I think that was all good for him and his confidence going forward. So I'm hoping that leads to more integrating him more in the offense and featuring him a little bit more.
Real quickly, can we talk about how many fans were in the stands?
Yeah, it looked like a few.
I think it's been the most out of any game that I've watched.
I mean, it's America's team. Are we surprised? They love to hate us and they love to love us. You know what I mean? But yeah, I was this close to going. I brought a ticket actually off an individual who brought a 4-pack bundle. But man, I was able to sell that ticket for almost 3 times the amount I got paid for.
Yeah, for
sorry,
sure.
Jerry. I'll catch you on the next one, baby. I'll catch you on the next one.
That was the first thing I noticed. And I had a friend that went to the game, and he did his own little video. I was like, dang, there's like a lot of people.
Oh, pause it. That I just wanted to be known. That was the first of twice that we tried to go for it on a fake punt. That first one that they just showed right there was drawn up perfectly. It was just a bad throw from our punter, Jones. But I like that call right there. I like that call.
We're going to get into that later. I have a question to pose. I'm glad you brought it up.
Time again, dumps it over the middle. It's Hill, makes a cut, and tackled immediately. Well done.
And the fumbles is really what killed us in this game. Like, we gave them great field position. I think it was 3 times on those fumbles, which led to them getting easy points. But you got to give a little bit of credit to the defense because in the second half, I think they scored like 10 more points, and that was it.
Right.
Look at this madness.
But only a little bit of credit.
Oh, yeah, this much.
I'm only going to give
me,
this
much.
This much.
It is
That's
just, it's amazing how Atlanta and the Rams have just been able to move the ball just up and down the field on us for the entire game.
It's the same thing, man. These are all the things we were saying last year.
Like, I know. I told my mom, I was like, I'm repeating myself.
They let him run all over the place. Like, Matt Ryan probably runs a 5'6", 40, and he was just out there just running all over the damn football field. Unbelievable.
Yeah, 20 to nothing. I was like,
Hector,
oh my
Hector
God.
says pay Dak. Yes. We're going to see exactly why they should pay Dak in his second half.
You know, I heard leading up to this game, I heard a lot of talk on radio stations like, you know, they should really be running Dak more because that's what helped Seattle against Atlanta. You know, we should really be running these schemes. And then there's opposition saying he's not ready. He's been here for 4 years. How is he not ready?
Year.
How is he not ready?
Did you see him taking command of that offense when it was no huddle?
I don't understand this idea of coddling. It's like, no, he's not ready yet. We need to do a little. What more do we need to do?
But they let quarterbacks like Carson Wentz just swing it all over the damn field.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, let the guy show you that he's putting the work and he can do it.
Where did this coddling nature come from? I don't get it. When we expect Zeke to, you know, sacrifice his body. with no help from his offensive line, but yet, Dak can't run for 10. Why? Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
I really like CeeDee Lamb, man. He made the
Yep,
most of
me
every
too.
time he touched the ball. I wore 88 on Sunday, and I wanted him to rep that number, and I feel like he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah.
And this guy right here, we got to give Zeke credit because he has looked
He's done great.
out.
And
he has
and
looked
it's
lights out so far.
If we're being honest, it's mostly Zeke and not a lot of the O-line helping him.
Yeah,
So
it is all Zeke.
all these
Look at
extra
what
yards.
Watch this replay.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see what he does to number 27? He literally trucks him over. He looked like a freaking tank. It was unbelievable. Watch him just completely truck number 27 for Atlanta. It is awesome. Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, he couldn't even get up. Get up.
Yeah.
Trash. That's what we make birds look like in AT&T Stadium, baby.
All these extra yards that Zeke gets that's Zeke.
God, it was like Zeke was the hunter rifle and he was the freaking falcon and he just shot him down. Ridley, man, I wanted to just scream at I just didn't know. I can't even talk about it. It was
I agree.
bad.
I know. Every time our defense takes the field, I'm scared. I'm scared. Like
I hold my breath.
The offense is constantly playing at a deficit.
I mean, look at this score.
I know.
This
Me and Tracy
score.
at this point were just like taking shots.
I was literally.
I was
at Longhorn Ice House out there.
Yeah.
I was out there.
I had already given up at this point. At this point, I was like, well, it's over.
Joe from Italy says, take the training wheels off Dak and let him be himself.
I agree.
Like 2016. I agree. If Gabriel says if Julio would have caught that pass, we would have lost this game. Yes. Julio had a wide open touchdown and missed it. And it was because his hamstring is bothering him. And we were, unfortunately, benefits of that. But Julio catches that pass, you're right. The game's over.
True. I mean, you could point to several things in the game where if it had
Atlanta
gone
lost. We did
differently.
not win this game. Atlanta lost this game. It was
Right.
like watching the
Right.
Super Bowl all
Right.
over again.
Right.
Kudos to Amari, man. You know he's out there hurting too.
Lest we not forget, the Falcons are the dump out kings.
Oh, but Dak can't throw the ball more than 10 yards down the field?
Lest we not forget that they were up 28-3.
Is that Dak maneuvering out of the pocket and using his leg?
Dak scores a touchdown in this game.
Not one, not two, but three. First quarterback in NFL history to throw for 450 yards and rush for 3 touchdowns. Put that down.
But he's not ready. He's not ready. He's not ready.
He looked a hell of a lot more ready than our defense looked for this season, I'll tell you that.
This defense is atrocious.
Yeah.
It's beyond atrocious. It is just god awful.
What was it last year that they had the Hot Boys?
Yeah.
Hot Boys?
No, I told you that's not
Ain't
their
nothing
name,
hot.
Jess.
Ain't nothing
They the
hot
Limp
about
Noodle
these boys.
They are the Limp Noodle Boys.
They are.
It's one boy, which is Jaylen Smith.
Yeah. And he barely that.
That's
okay?
it.
He on my list too.
Yeah.
Look at this boy just running people over.
I know. I like
Watch
it.
out. Zeke on a mission.
Hey,
Zeke is look at his pass.
I do appreciate.
Look at that pass. Oh, but he don't know how to put the ball on the spot.
I appreciate everything Zeke's doing right now because last year we were saying Zeke wasn't worth the money.
We were wondering.
You know,
we were on the fence. We were like, hey man, why did we pay this guy? And
I liked how Lamb's running his routes too.
And just when you look at these highlights,
he's there.
Yeah, Lamb looks good.
Yeah.
He looks good running his routes.
Yep.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at that guy.
Watch the trickery.
Look at that guy.
Watch the trickery.
Number 4.
Did you see that?
They've always done really good.
Zeke is a great faker.
Playing on a freaking franchise
Dak and Zeke
tag.
have always done great fakes.
Ouch.
He had a couple good plays.
Sure can't hear the hits without the crowd, though.
Trayvon Diggs, he's going to be Rookie of the Year as far as the Cowboys.
Yeah.
He is going to look at this. Look at this.
He had some plays for sure.
If he catches that, game over. Game over. And the hamstring is the reason why he could not focus on getting that ball. You could tell Julio Jones was hurting all game.
How old is Julio Jones now? I feel like he's been in the league 30 years.
Me too, man. And his face literally has not aged. I feel like he looks exactly the same. Look at his pass. Look at the catch.
That was beautiful.
But he can't throw more than 10 yards down the football field? Is that what I'm constantly hearing about my boy Dak?
Cooper's amazing.
Man,
Yeah,
no, Dak is
let's not
amazing.
pretend that Cooper didn't reach all the way out
but
to
Dak
grab
put it
that.
to where
Let's
only
not
he
pretend.
had the opportunity to make a play on it.
That's true. We do have Sean Lee
I
and
can't
Van Der
wait.
Esch out.
And you know where I'm going to tell you? This is going to be more evident to
But they were
Jess's
in
point.
last year, and we still suck defensively.
Exactly.
Exactly. Come on, I need to see this touchdown. He makes the Schultz in the end zone. It just shows you that this guy knows what he's doing at the quarterback position.
But he's not ready, JoJo.
He's not ready, though.
He's not ready.
He's not ready to get paid. He's not ready to take that next level. He's not ready to
He's
do
not
anything.
ready.
He's in the top 5, and he's not ready.
He's not ready. Ooh!
Yeah, there he is again.
That kid right there going to be special. I'm calling it now. Next $20 million cornerback. That kid's going to be special.
I need him to be special right now. He has stepped up. He
Yeah.
stepped up. He made a lot of plays.
Yep.
He made a lot of plays.
On this defense.
Anytime there was pressure, he was in there.
Yep.
So I got to give it to him on that. As much trash as we've talked about the defense, and we'll continue to talk trash about the
Just
defense,
look at these guys.
he did really well.
Our offense is great. Yeah, we're great, but we should not have let 39 points
he's
slip
hurting.
by
Can't-
at all.
No,
Julio
our
Jones
offense is
deserves-
playing at a deficit
we
every time
shouldn't
they
have
take
let.
the field.
We shouldn't have let
Look at
14. I mean,
Look at that. At this point, everybody thinks the game is over.
Yeah.
And then Dak
this is
comes
where the
out
shots
there.
started.
This is where you were like, okay, let's just watch the game so we can see what we need to complain
Oh,
about.
I was already drunk.
Yeah, we were like-
I was already
This
drunk.
is where it gets real right here. Look at this.
Look at
this
that.
monster.
Zeke.
Yeah, he is a truck.
Look at my boy Dak, though.
Uh,
Even that play,
yeah.
knowing
The
to
effort.
get rid of the ball, not take the sack, it was crucial.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a bad call.
We're gonna talk about this.
That was a
We're gonna talk about this.
Yeah.
was a bad call.
Yep. I'm glad we're watching this because sometimes I forget all the little nuances.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh yeah, that happened.
The commentator just said trickery. Did
You
y'all
gotta
hear
give
that?
it
That
to
was funny.
defense because they at least held them to a field goal here.
Matt
And
Ryan and his old ass. How old is Matt Ryan now?
Offsides.
That was a crazy catch.
That makes no sense. That guy was just
I
outstanding.
feel like some of these players are so old.
I know.
Matt Ryan is old.
He's old, dude.
Speaking of old, there's another game I want to talk about.
Man, and I thought he got there on that kick,
Yeah, where's
too.
Pat? Where you at, Pat? Where you at, Pat?
Oh, poor Drew.
He's
Is it-
quiet
is he-
today.
Patrick,
I don't even
see
think
you
he's
in the
watching.
feed, baby. Where you at, Patrick?
No, I don't think he's watching. I think he's
Great
quiet.
catch.
He's quiet
Schultz, man.
today.
Schultz was pretty good.
Funny
Yeah.
how quiet he is when the
I
Saints
heard
lose.
some great things about Schultz when they were in camp. People
That was
talked a lot about
nice.
That was a
him
nice grab.
and how Schultz stepped up. And
That was a nice grab.
thank God because Jarwin's hurt.
Yeah.
Just fall down, baby.
Schultz
Don't
was
get
good.
hurt.
Yeah, I
Schultz
like
was
him.
good.
I'm liking him.
I don't know if he can do it on a week-to-week basis, but
Right.
look at rewind. This is the pass I want to talk about right here, and this is
Yeah.
coming from. This is for all the Dak haters that sits and say he doesn't know how to make the throws. He
Shit.
doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to make big plays. This ball, when he's about to release this ball, notice that Schultz has not even turned around and broken out of his route. He knows that the linebacker has inside coverage, so he's going to throw this ball to where
He is right
he's not
there.
throwing it directly to Schultz. He's
here.
throwing his receiver open. He's putting it into a spot so when Schultz comes out of his break, the ball is going to be there, and he's going to have an opportunity to get it. Watch this damn play. But my quarterback don't deserve a new contract.
No, he's not ready.
Have you seen how Carson Wentz
I
is
like
playing?
Schultz. I like Schultz.
Have we seen Carson Wentz in the first 2 games for the Eagles?
He's trash. Didn't they take him out of the game yesterday?
Have we seen Tom Brady in his first 2
It's-
very pedestrian games for the
Is that what I-
Buccaneers?
Is that what I
It's
saw?
obvious that Dak was he obviously decided I'm going to save this game right here and now.
He-
And that's
he
it.
took-
And that's all there
he
is
took
to
it
it.
over.
Yeah, he was like, "Okay.
took it over.
Oh, really?"
And that was a coverage
Which
sack.
is exactly what
That
you
was a
want your
coverage
quarterback
sack.
to do, but your quarterback shouldn't have to do
Right.
it.
I mean, God, he's scrambling. They're scrambling.
I mean,
It's
Every
like,
time.
It's why Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of
why
the game.
can't we
and he's only
score?
won one Super Bowl because he's always asked to do
Constantly.
everything.
Why
Yeah.
can't we score and get up in the first half? Why?
Because our defense is trash. Our defense is trash.
and everybody knows that we're not going to do
It
it.
was self-inflicted this game,
Yeah.
though. Our offense put our defense
All the
in
fumbles.
bad positions
Yeah.
continuously.
So frustrating.
We had all 3 of those fumbles happen in the first half.
yeah.
So,
And I mean, we were. It was what,
Got
20?
that booty cheek down. Got that booty cheek down.
Yep.
That counts
The-
as a leg.
The butt. Yep.
Get that booty
Booty,
back,
booty,
boy.
booty,
Uh-huh.
booty, rocking everywhere.
That counts as 2 feet
It,
right
did you
there.
see it?
Yeah.
It flattened
Oh,
out.
yeah.
It was, and he bounced up like. Phew.
Joe from Italy said Wentz was so bad the cardboard fans started booing him. That's how you know you horrible. How you get booed in your own stadium?
I
and
don't
ain't no
even.
fans?
Well,
I
'cause
mean,
They're okay.
well, I guess everybody's talking about him because he's terrible.
Philly's
He is.
trash.
He's-
Why
no,
is
not
anybody
quarterback.
talking about
Look
him?
at
This
What
right
are they-
here.
It's like you're
What
playing
are you
hot
doing?
potato.
What are you doing? They were just they were confused.
It's like
'cause-
it was like they thought it was a bomb. If you touch it, it was going to explode.
and it's a weird
Look at
kick
this.
too. It's
on
real
purpose.
Weird. No, I know, but
Unbelievable.
usually an onside kick is it's got a little bit of bounce
Right,
to it.
right.
It's got a little bit of a bounce. A little
Y'all
bit
know
of
the Falcons went and cried in the car.
Yeah, but
Y'all know they
this was
wouldn't
just
cry
a
in the
weird.
car.
This whole thing was weird.
was
It
weird.
made no sense.
It was weird.
Stephen Jones, man, he makes me cringe a little bit, dude.
Made no sense whatsoever.
Just a little.
And that coming to say today, him and CD Lamb to the rescue.
I
Making
tell you what,
plays.
man, CeeDee Lamb is always there. He reminds me of Gallup.
Making plays. Making plays.
I feel like he's going to overshadow Gallup a little bit. And
I mean, that's fine.
he might.
That's fine.
Making plays.
Boom.
Right down the
And
middle.
as someone who
Right
talks a
down
lot of
the
trash
middle.
about the kicker all the time,
Yeah.
Right down the middle. I went crazy when
I
that
didn't.
kick
I
went
don't.
down.
I think this kicker is going to be good for us.
Look at that. And you know what I love about that? Like he's so steady, man.
Mhm.
He's so steady. Like every time they cut to him on the sideline, no matter at what point where that they were down, he just had this look of complete calm.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I'm just gonna go out here and make plays. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go out here and
I
make
like
plays.
how he makes his mind up,
and just
and
if
then he
you-
follows through.
If you look at that game and all the different type of throws that he made, the darts that he put right on the receiver's hands, the deep balls, the ball placement on the touchdown to Schultz in the end zone. I mean,
Yep.
he did it all, man.
There's a different chemistry with him
He
this
did it
year.
all. 24 for 37, 450 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 rushing touchdowns. I mean, what the hell else do you need to say?
Yeah.
well, we took a look at this game. You heard our positives and some negatives. Now we're going to look ahead at the season and what do we need to do moving forward with this team.
Patrick, where you at, though?
Awful
Patrick,
quiet.
Patrick's
you
quiet.
got to put the
Awful
APB
quiet.
out for Patrick. Where you at in them Saints, though?
Awful quiet when his team loses. Funny, isn't it?
Show is.
Funny, isn't it?
Show is.
I've
Patrick
always thought that was funny.
So here's a question that I wanted to pose to you guys.
Okay.
Because everyone knows I hate Jason Garrett.
Yes.
I was the biggest proponent of getting a new coach in here, new blood, new things going on. We saw a couple of things in this game that were a little different.
Yeah.
The fakes on the punts.
Yeah.
There were some things in there that we wouldn't have seen under a Jason Garrett regime.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But what I want to ask you guys today is with all the injuries going around in the NFL.
It's a lot.
Because the first game, everyone was upset, including us, that we didn't see anything different. It looked like the same ho-hum, run it on first and second down.
Yeah.
A super predictable offense that we've seen for a decade.
Yeah.
And everybody was upset, us included. Then this game, we saw a couple of different things that if Jason Garrett was here, that probably wouldn't have happened. So here's what I want to ask. With all of the injuries that are happening as a result of most likely not having a preseason.
Oh, definitely.
how risky do we want our new coach to be? And where is the line of you're too much like the old coach and you're doing too much that are putting our players at risk? Since we didn't get a preseason, this is a little bit of a different thing this year because, I mean, players are going down left and right, man. So how far out of the safety net do we want to strive?
You want to take it, Tracy?
I'll just be short and sweet because I haven't really. I'm just going on what I've seen so far, which hasn't been much. It's been 2 games, and I was like, well, it's hard for me to judge from one game, but actually, I was like, no, I should have been able to judge from one play. I feel like, Mike McCarthy is he's going to be sneaky.
I mean, I like a little bit of sneaky.
I think he's going to be sneaky. I don't think he's letting all the cats out of the bag yet. I think he has some tricks up his sleeves, and I think he's taking the season slow.
Okay.
I feel like I do like the 4th down plays. Finally.
Yeah. I'll agree, even though there are some that I was like, I probably wouldn't have done that.
I'm gonna give him a couple of more games, and then I probably won't give him more than that. I mean, things are going to have to significantly get better for me to trust that things are going to get better.
Yeah, I agree with that. And just looking at coaches that do take chances like that, you're not going to win 100% of the time. I mean, some decisions are not going to be the best ones, but we still, we've been crying for something different for so long.
We have been crying.
What do you think, JoJo?
If I'm gonna be totally honest, I'm worried. I'm just, I feel like we went from a guy that was ultra conservative to a guy that's like hypertensive aggressive. I feel like Mike
Do you
McCarthy,
feel like you're white knuckled a little bit?
It's kind of.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
And the reason I say that is because, and look, I like some of the moves that Mike McCarthy has made. The special teams coach, you don't hire a guy like Rich Bisaccia or whatever the hell his last name is, unless you're looking for somebody who's going to be a little bit more aggressive on special teams and get that side of the ball ready to execute those kind of plays. But I feel like he's been overly aggressive, and I feel like the moments that he is aggressive is because of these analytic coaches, man. And Mike McCarthy said it at the beginning of the year. He spent his entire year away from coaching kind of trying to master analytics. So you're taking data that is pumped out of a computer and trying to put it in a real-life football game. And there's so many other human elements of football that analytics does not factor in. Heart, fatigue, a player's sheer desire and strength to rise above themselves. So I feel like it's going to at times come back and bite us in the behind, because I am not a believer in analytics. I believe it does not measure the most important factors of players, and that's the emotional and the mental aspect of it. And if you have guys that aren't emotionally or mentally ready for those type of moments, depending on the moment, analytics could bite you in your ass.
But do you feel like he's leaning on that just because he doesn't really know these players yet?
I feel like he's leaning on it because he's a part of a trending coach. He's a part of this trend with coaches where they're starting to heavily rely on this information to influence what type of plays they call, what type of moves they make depending on the scenario in the game. Like just how the series before, right at the end of the game when we're down, and we could have went for 1 point, and it would have been 8 points to win the game. And he chose to go for 2 instead of kick the field goal.
Yeah, that was
because
weird.
Because analytics tells you to go for 2 there, and it made
It was weird.
It made it to where we needed the onside kick.
Right.
It made it to where we needed a freaking miracle, like the Atlanta Falcons falling apart. It was very Super Bowl-esque, I will say again. But we didn't win that game.
Right.
The Falcons lost that
100%.
game. And luckily we had Dak Prescott, who seems to come from a different place within when everything's on the line and their backs are against the wall. But we didn't win that game.
No, he can't. We can't expect him to save us every time.
And if Aldon Smith outperforms
He's
DeMarcus
the
Lawrence.
only one making
another
plays
week.
on that line.
Yeah, and Griffin got the one sack we had in the game on Matt Ryan, but again, it was a coverage sack. He could not find anyone open. He had 6.5 seconds to throw the ball back there, and they finally got to him. So this defense is worrisome.
It's bad. It's really bad. Every time the offense takes the field, they're at a deficit. Every single time.
It's not good.
And it's not good. And we cannot. We're doing the same thing we did last year.
Yeah.
We're down in the first half.
Yeah.
And sometimes by a lot, like we were this game. And then the second half is just spent trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Just trying to catch up. And then the last minute of the game, we're all chewing our fingernails down to the skin because we need 2 points or 3 points or however many points. Like, we can't keep doing this, y'all.
Yeah.
We can't keep doing this same style of catch-up football. Like, that's not – we've got some tough games coming up. We've got the 49ers. We've got the Ravens. We've got some tough – the Seahawks next week.
And everybody wants to say,
the Seahawks.
The Seahawks defensively are horrible so far. Let me just make an announcement to everybody who does not know this. All 32 NFL football teams, for the first time, I think, ever, did not have a preseason.
Right.
Even if you get to training camp, this was one of the most lackluster cupcake versions of training camps that these players have ever seen. Nobody's defense is going to look legit.
No.
We are not going to have a clear ideal of the identity of these conferences, of these divisions, at least until week 5, week 6 of the season. And you're just hoping by a prayer that by the time we get to that point, the Cowboys have a respectable record. But nobody's defense is going to be great. These players are dropping like flies,
Yeah.
Like it's just obvious that these players have lacked a very important aspect of football. And I never want to hear any fan or any media person say preseason doesn't matter, because it is obvious that it does.
And it's obvious now that it does.
And you know that our defense is technically, statistically, top 10 right now? We're number 10.
We're not conditioned. It's clear.
No, it's
clear.
Definitely
that
clear.
Shows you how bad defense is across the NFL right now.
It's such an internal conflict for me, because I wanted so badly to just have a different culture, something different. And now I find myself grappling with the fact that, well, if we do all these trick plays and these cutesy things that Mike McCarthy's starting to roll out, that sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, and that's fine. And in normal football, in normal circumstances, I would be all about it. Like, it's not going to work 100% of the time, but when it does work, it's like, that's why we got a new coach. You know what I mean? But I find myself regressing on that a little bit in this season, because we did not get a preseason.
Yes.
And because players are dropping like flies. And I'm like, man, do we really need to be tricky right now? Maybe we should.
And Tracy's probably right.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy probably isn't bringing out everything that he can because of that exact reason. And the fans are pretty split on it too. Hector says Eminem is ballsy and he's somewhat better than the Clapper. Joe from Italy says if we play like that against Seattle and Russell Wilson, they will tear us apart. Hector says keep Eminem where he is at. I feel like he will keep us where we need to be. I like how y'all are all adopting the name Eminem, okay? I like that. I feel like I started that trend, because that's what I dubbed him as his nickname when he first came in, Eminem.
Well, and a lot of good comments, and it's all valid. It's all valid, because, again, we didn't get a preseason. So.
Yeah.
Aaron, this sounds like a comment from somebody who 100% believes in analytics. He says, we definitely won the game.
I was waiting for her to see that.
They took those first quarter fumbles. We learned about ourselves. Aaron.
Get him.
Boo-boo.
Get him.
Boo-boo kidding. You know what we learned about ourselves?
She gonna get you.
We learned that so far, if you 100% believe in analytics, we should 100% believe that our team at this point does not know how to execute in analytic moments, okay? Let's start with that. 2, we learned absolutely nothing. We saw the same thing from our defense that we saw in week 1, if not worse.
Yep.
We learned that our $20 million pass rusher has seemingly forgot how to rush the passer.
We learned that Zeke is having to get all those extra yards by himself and not his O-line.
I mean, what did we learn? We learned that the one player that we should have paid and invested in is playing on our franchise tag right now, our quarterback. And
it's all on his back.
What did we learn? Like, we did not win that game. Atlanta gave us that game on a silver platter, and we luckily executed just enough to pull it off. We did not win that game, and for you to sit here and act like we did is absolutely. It makes me question your football judgment, and it makes me it justifies why a person like you would believe in analytics. That's all I have to say.
Well, and it's one thing that we've talked about ad nauseum last year was the culture of, if we win, no matter by how much, no matter the struggles, no matter what happened throughout the game, no matter how horrible the entire game looked, no matter if we're crawling from the depths of Hades our way up to try to catch up, if we win even by 1 point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, we going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah. I'm going to need y'all to stop drinking the Kool-Aid, bro.
Yeah, y'all need to calm down.
It's good that we won the game at our home opener.
I'm never looking to lose.
No, it's good we won at our home opener. My son was there. I was like, oh my gosh, we cannot lose.
I mean, let's just be realistic.
We can't lose. We have to win.
Don't try and sell me this dream of, what did we show resilience? Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Did our team not fall apart when they had every reason to do so? I'll give you that.
Yeah, they deserve the credit where credit's due.
But you're a professional athlete.
Right.
You get paid to go out there and make plays. So
Zeke
you did what
definitely
you were paid
played
to do.
professionally.
Yeah,
Zeke and Dak
CD,
is the reason we won that
CD
game.
played professionally. He
Diggs
had some
had some
mistakes
good
the first game, but he did really well this last game.
CD Lamb.
Yeah.
He did really
there
well.
are players you can point
Leading
to that
receiver in
say
that game.
did great work, but the problem is we can only point at those players. Like you can't leave it on a few players to carry us, and that's what we've been doing the last
Exactly.
however many years. It's like, oh, it's
Exactly.
okay because this player's going to save us. This player, no, man, it has to be cohesive, and I just. For so many years, it just does not seem like there's any working together here.
I think now that Mike McCarthy's had a game at home, he's gotten his feet wet. I think maybe we'll see a little pick-me-up, but I could be wrong.
And culture doesn't change overnight.
Right.
You can't expect Eminem to come in here and just
That's
completely fix everything in the first 2 weeks of a freaking pandemic-filled season, okay? But come on, man. Let's stop drinking the Kool-Aid. That's all I'm saying.
Where are the Eminem memes? I want to see the Eminem memes.
I'm super, super grateful that we won that game. It literally took me on a range of emotions that I haven't experienced since probably my sophomore year in high school, okay? I was all over the place, emotionally, physically, mentally. I mean, I even prayed for a few times. It got real on Sunday, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But that was a game that at 3 minutes and 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter, we had a 0.1% chance of winning, people. Analytic that, okay? That's not analytics. That is factual. That is the real facts of that game.
Facts
and I'm
on
telling
facts.
you right now, the only reason this team will make the playoffs is because Carson Wentz, if he keeps playing the way he does, they'll be starting Jalen Hurts here in the next couple of weeks. The New York Giants, Daniel Jones, he's young and doesn't know how to stop throwing it to the other team. Saquon's out.
Yeah.
And the Washington football team is in rebuild mode. They are literally a completely different name football team. Their mascot is football, okay?
But this is something that we've done for so many years is like, oh, we'll be okay because this team is in ruins. We'll be okay because this team sucks. We'll be okay because we're
in the worst division in football.
We should be okay because we're okay.
Yeah, because we're good.
Because we're good. Because we're okay. We shouldn't be depending on other teams to suck so that we can make it through.
Right.
But that's where we're at. And, it's weird with this whole pandemic thing because we didn't get a preseason. There's no fans in the stands, so that's got to be weird for the players. It might be good in some ways, but
we can hear the hits. It's like
in some ways,
smashing.
you know that's psychological. You know, there's a lot more things that are being said on the field that are now being heard that might not have been heard before.
Yeah.
So not to mention the other team being able to hear our plays. Us being able to hear theirs. There's a lot of different factors this season that are totally different.
For sure.
And especially with a new coach, it's just, I don't know, man. There's so many variables.
Yeah, it is.
I almost find myself wanting to be mad about stuff and then pulling back and being like, can I really be mad about that?
And you're right. That's why I'm so emotional. And it's only week 2. It's like I want to just like completely come down on every aspect of what we're doing thus far, but I look at all these other games and I'm like, well, damn.
Right, exactly.
I mean, if you look at the Chiefs against the Chargers on Sunday, they had to go to overtime and kick a field goal to win that game. I mean,
but Steelers have a defense, though, we need to worry about.
Oh, yeah, Steelers defense looks legit.
Speaking of, let's take a look ahead at our season, which I've got pulled up here. Last week, we gave you our predictions for the season on the Cowboys. Now we're going to look at the actual schedule and break it down.
What defense do you have on fantasy?
I stream my defenses.
Oh, okay.
Like last week, I had the Cardinals.
Oh, no.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
next rookie quarterback that's up, I'll probably pick that defense because defenses love rookie quarterbacks.
So we've got the Seahawks coming up.
Oh.
That, no matter what y'all say, that's
always a tough game.
That's no bitch game.
It's always a tough game
That's
every
Russell
time. Yeah, every time.
I love watching that guy play. I just hate when he plays my Cowboys.
Yeah,
He's
it's stressful.
amazing to
Russell
watch.
Wilson is like the guy that, like, everybody loves him. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't love Russell Wilson, I question you as a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why don't you like
Like
this man?
something is like mentally wrong with you.
I mean, honestly,
Makes no sense.
I'm not a Seahawks fan, but he's an admirable person.
Yeah.
That I tell you, I'm worried about that game. I'm worried about the Steelers a little bit.
A lot of it. That defense is legit.
Ravens, 49ers, Vikings. I mean, it's not a breeze, y'all.
Jess,
like,
you don't have to be worried, okay? We now know the secret sauce to our team. We just have to score more points than the other team.
What a strange
As long as we do that every week, we're golden, baby.
what a strange
one more possession more. One more.
That's the strangest schedule I've ever seen. Actually,
just more points.
yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a schedule like that for us. We play the Giants twice, always.
Yeah.
So let's break it down to divisional opponents because we know we're going to have to play each one twice.
Giants,
okay?
Eagle, Washington.
Giants, they've suffered some hardships, which we just rattled off.
Yeah.
Washington going through a whole transition. It's weird that it's
Washington.
It's a W.
I mean, what are they going to put? Football?
I mean, maybe it should say WF.
We play them a month. We play them a month apart. It's weird.
Yeah, and when I look at this schedule, it almost looks like just divisional opponents.
Yeah.
Like throughout, which is normal. But
yeah.
I mean, how worried are we about the Eagles?
I'm not worried about the Eagles.
Well, let me say this. I'm not going to say I'm not worried about the Eagles because
we need to score in the first half.
They're the next best team in this division that we're in.
Which is the only reason I bring them up. Otherwise, they're dead to me.
They are, and I will say this about Carson Wentz. When he's on, he's on. And yes, he has started the season very, very off. But again, no preseason. Most of his teammates don't like him. But there's a chance
old, he's terrible.
That if they get
ginger,
if he
he's
finds
the
his
worst.
mojo, the Eagles could possibly get hot. But they don't have an offensive line. They're decimated by injuries. I think Alshon Jeffrey is their biggest name at the receiver position. Deshaun Jackson is old as dirt. I mean, their defensive front is solid, but
yeah, he is old, dude. How long has he been around?
Long. This is like his second stint with the Eagles. So yeah, it's been a long time. But in our division, I'm not worried. I do not see the Giants doing anything of relevance this year.
No, me neither.
Daniel Jones is in another year of growing.
Yeah.
Again, he's interception prone. He's turnover prone. He's a young quarterback. He's everything you want when you look at a roster and see that on your schedule. And the Washington football team, Dwayne Haskins at the quarterback position, he's like a project. They're trying to build him into a franchise quarterback. Their defensive front, though, the Washington Redskins have 4 first-round picks on their front 4 on defense.
Why can't we draft defense?
We won't wide receivers. But that's another story for another day.
Exactly. Yeah, we're not going to get into that.
Don't get me started.
Yeah.
I let go of that in all.
We digress.
Yeah.
But I don't see Washington doing anything special. Ron Rivera, again, trying to rebuild a culture, trying to change that dynamic over there. So, no, I'm not worried about anybody in our division, but the NFC as a totality.
Dude.
Vikings.
Yeah.
Ravens.
Seahawks. Ravens or AFC.
49ers.
We wouldn't have to worry about them
Yep.
to the playoff. 49ers. Luckily, they're decimated with injuries right now, too. And Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, I wasn't really
just
high
lost
on him as a
Bosa,
quarterback
didn't
anyway.
they?
Yeah. They
just
lost
Bosa.
Bosa. They lost
that's a big
Thomas,
loss.
another one of their leading defensive players. So, yeah, I feel like, hell, they're going to have half of their team about to be the practice squad over there in San Francisco in a little bit. So, I'm worried about the NFC, but not our division.
I mean, in all honesty, if we're being really, really real right now, literally anything can happen this season.
Yes.
It's so twisted off.
Yeah.
with
I think
no
it goes for
preseason.
everybody.
Yeah.
I do too.
Literally anyone. It's anybody's season.
Yeah.
It's anybody's season. And it's just, I don't know. It's like I said, I have this internal struggle of like, should we play it safe or should we be more fancy? And I just don't know.
Thank you, Tracy. Deshaun Jackson is 33. He's up there. In football years, that's like 53.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. And I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Sherelle.
And Sherelle makes a good, Gabriel makes a good point. The Vikings did get their butt whooped by the Colts, and that's a Phillip Rivers-led Colts, so that's all I'm going to say about that. It's obvious there wasn't a preseason.
Can we please talk about how Cam Newton is making me root for the Patriots now, and I don't like it? I don't like it.
Ooh.
Do you feel like, I think one of you were just saying it, or one of my friends in fantasy football, they feel like the Patriots
I
aren't
was
even the
not
Patriots
saying.
anymore.
No, they're not
Like,
the
it's like
Patriots
it's a whole
anymore.
new team, and we forgot that we hate them because Cam Newton, man, like, I was
It's
just
exciting.
having I'm going to call it a debate. It was more like, oh my gosh, you're so ignorant and as far as your knowledge of sports, and I'm just going to walk away from you. But I was having a debate earlier this morning when I came into work, and this guy was just like so high on Tom Brady. You would have thought he won our goddamn Cowboys team 6 championships because he is a Cowboys fan. But if you go and look at the numbers for Cam Newton versus Tom Brady, Cam Newton has had a better game in week 1 and a better game in week 2 in comparison to Tom Brady. Tom Brady had 217 passing yards, a touchdown and an interception, and a lost fumble against Carolina on Sunday, okay? The man don't look that great.
Can I just as a blanket statement so everybody knows, the Patriots have been good for as long as they have because of the coach, not because of the quarterback.
Coaching matters. And that's what infuriated me with this guy this morning, because it's like, and I told him, like, you do realize that the NFL is like football is one of the main sports where coaching is such an integral part to what you do.
So much.
Like, if you have an incompetent head coach or an incompetent defensive coach, you can have a good head coach and an incompetent defensive head coach, and your defense could kill you in your season. You need every aspect, all 3 phases of these games, in the best
all
teams.
3 phases, baby.
He said it. He just never made it happen.
JG,
you know what
in
I'm
the
saying?
house.
You when you have a coach that can make all of those work, man, it's rare to find. That's why Pete Carroll ain't gonna lose his job until he literally croaks on the sideline.
Exactly.
That's why Bill Belichick is about to show you who the real GOAT is in New England, and that's why guys like Sean Payton are able to maintain their job for so long, because it's very few men that can do what they do year in and year out.
Right. And just to be clear, even though I don't like him at all as a player or as a person, Tom Brady's no chump, okay?
No,
He's not a chump. I'm not saying that he has zero talent and Belichick is the 100% reason why he was good. He's not a chump, okay? We all know that. But what we're saying is you could insert any good quarterback, such as a Cam Newton, such as a Tom Brady,
Hell, he
such
went
as
11-5
a Dak
with
Prescott.
Matt Castle.
Yeah, you could insert any decent quarterback into that offense and be lights out.
He got Jimmy Garoppolo almost $30 million a year for 2 starts. This many. He started 2 games in New England. Went and played 3 for San Francisco and got a read up based off him being with Bill Belichick in that Patriots franchise and what they thought his mind consumed there. I mean, I don't know how many times I got to say it. I don't know how many times I
can't stand Bill Belichick.
Apparently
I'm sorry.
over and over. I mean,
yeah.
I agree. I don't like him either, but I'm excited to watch the Patriots this year, and it kills me.
I know.
It
makes you want
kills
to
me.
regurgitate a little bit on the inside, right? Yeah,
I throw up, but I can't help it because I want Cam Newton to do
well. What about watching the Raiders and the Saints last night?
Oh, we didn't even talk.
With Witten,
Patrick wasn't here.
With Witten.
How about the Saints, though?
He caught it for what, 1 yard?
Who that? Who that? Who that?
You know what, Patrick?
This is why Jaylen Smith and I are married now.
Because you were so cowardly and you did not show up to the live feed, we jumping on you next time. You guys see Patrick in the chat room next show?
Where you at, though?
Get him. He's scared.
Where you at?
He got beat by the dead team. Beat by the dead team.
Hey, Drew Brees is old. That old ass and cold. Couldn't throw the ball last night. Looking like he was putting up a fight. Man, Drew Brees looked really bad, and the Saints without Thomas looked really sad. They went to the playoffs.
That's what it is.
Drew Brees, sit your ass down and drink a beer, because you can't throw the football no more. You looking like a little JoJo. Not me, because I bet I could throw it more than 10 yards, you see. But you can, Mr. Brees. Sir, you're looking bad. And it's sad, but exciting and happy. You suck, Saint!
I like
Brees. Yeah,
like
so do I.
And we're not playing them this year, so it's you know, it's whatever. But it's just because Patrick is such a dick.
Drew Brees on my shit list this year. Apology wasn't enough.
Well, we love you guys. Don't forget, me and Tracy are about to head out on our fantastic journey.
We never announced it because
we did. We announced it last week.
Game.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We will be doing a Cowboys vlog. We'll be mixing in what we're doing on the road along with us watching the football games. You will still get all of your rants from JoJo game day. She will do a post-game rant every week. And then when we come back, we will resume our Tuesday nights right here with you guys at 7 o'clock every Tuesday. She Wants the D podcast.
And it's just 3 weeks.
Just 3 weeks. No big whoop. We'll be right back here, y'all. Go Cowboys. Peace.